On February 28, 2026, the world changed forever. While Iran and the United States were sitting at a negotiating table talking peace, American and Israeli jets were already in the air. Within hours, Iran's supreme leader Ali Khamenei was dead. The Strait of Hormuz, the gateway for 20% of the world's oil, was closed, and the world's most dangerous war in decades had begun. Here is what is really happening, and why it affects every single person on Earth. To understand why this war started, you need to go back to January 2026. Inside Iran, the largest anti-government protests since 1979 were spreading across the country. The Iranian government responded with a massacre, killing thousands of its own civilians. At the same time, U.S. intelligence believed Iran was weeks away from completing a nuclear weapon. President Trump began the largest U.S. military buildup in the Middle East since the 2003 Iraq invasion. Negotiations began in Oman in February, but while diplomats were talking, the military option was already being planned. On February 28th, the strikes began without warning, nuclear sites destroyed, military infrastructure obliterated, Khamenei assassinated. Trump called it Operation Midnight Hammer. Iran called it an act of war. Both were right. Most people think this is a Middle East problem. It is not. Iran immediately closed the Strait of Hormuz. That single waterway carries 20% of all the world's oil supply. Within days, global oil prices surged. Flight prices across Europe increased by over $100 per passenger. Global shipping was disrupted. The cost of the war to the U.S. military alone reached $18 billion by March. Arab countries lost over $120 billion. Iran's own economy suffered damage estimated at up to $1 trillion, and it is not over. As of today, a fragile ceasefire is holding by a thread. Peace talks have collapsed. The U.S. Navy is blockading Iranian ports, and both sides are warning that the next phase could be even worse. Here is the dark truth nobody wants to say out loud. This war was not inevitable. It started during negotiations. It was launched while diplomats were still talking. Whether you believe it was justified or not, the world is now paying the price. Oil is more expensive. Flights cost more. Trade is disrupted. Thousands of people are dead in Iran, in Lebanon, in Israel, in Iraq. And the people making the decisions are sitting in air-conditioned rooms thousands of miles away. Wars are always started by the powerful and always paid for by everyone else. If this opened your eyes, share it with someone who needs to see it, and subscribe, because every week I expose the dark truths about the world that most people never learn. See you in the next one.